Okay, finally made it to Crookspur. This is going to be interesting, maybe. We got a number of quests related to this island, so... Oh, we got to talk to Gimpy's sword. It finally leveled up. So, talk to Modweir.
You know what? I'm impressed. That was... whew, wow! I've never experienced anything like that before.
Modweir not only warms in your hands, but begins to glow faintly.
Oh, sounds like you two got something real special there. Almost makes a man wish for his sword of his own.
Did no one ever teach you not to eavesdrop? Keep your ears to yourself, creep. You've been good to me. Better than I thought you'd be. I may not always show it, but... I appreciate it. I guess.
She grows curiously light, almost as if it weighs nothing at all.
My owner... things weren't perfect between us. Sometimes she'd cry after using me, or scabbard me and ignore me for days. It was complicated. You won't tell her about us, will you? Not that I like you or anything, I just don't want her to get the wrong idea. She's very sensitive.
You can sense Motor trying to be stern, but its seriousness is belied by a slight waver in its voice. You ever thought I was a handful? I was a ham-handed half-wit. What changed? You come around the bar, tell her your secret unless you want to. Unless she wants in on this? Okay, so honest.
Listen, I'm willing to be the bigger person here and say that maybe I was wrong. Maybe you're not quite the incompetent fool I thought you were.
The gleaming steel of Mortar's blade exudes a distinctive smell of sword polish. Okay.
But don't go telling everyone I said that. I have a reputation to maintain.
This last one, cruel. Now we don't do cruel. You're ready to tell me where you think she's gone. But you're not a person, you're a sword. You know you're a sword, right? You need to tell me where she thinks she's gone.
She dumped me, okay? She said she couldn't do this anymore and tossed me in a pile of garbage. Do you feel better now that I've humiliated myself for you? Is that what you wanted to hear?
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
I don't want your fucking pity.
She's still suddenly so heavy you can barely heft it.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Its voice becomes small, subdued, if it's lost the will to speak.
Just point me at the map and I'll mark the last place I heard she was going. Some city called Dunnage.
Hey, what do you know? You're going there too, I think. No, wait a minute. We didn't go to Dunnage. Yeah, we went the wrong way. Oops. Why Dunnage? Wait, why tell me you're going? Why would she tell you where she's going but not bring you along? We'll head there now. Why? Tip of the blade briefly flashes bright red. Clear. Clearly, there's more to this than you're letting on. Tell me what happened. Maybe I can help.
She dumped me, okay? She said she couldn't do this anymore and tossed me in a pile of garbage.
Already said that.
Do you feel better now that I've humiliated? I don't want your fucking... I don't want to talk about this. Let's go.
That didn't really help. So, now what do we do? So, emotional. Additional effects. Of course she's jealous. Plus 20% damage. Dealt as burn when above 50% health, and plus 20% damage dealt as freeze when below 50% health. That's been there for a while. Eager level. Plus 20% action speed when scoring hit until end of combat. Stacks up to 10 times. Exceptional. Plus 30% damage. Accuracy that. So, I think it's that one. Action speed, which isn't too bad. Get a couple of hits in and start casting spells, maybe. We have a crazy sword. Just want to point that out. Crazy sword. And we're on the wrong island.
Right.
We got here too soon. We were supposed to go to Dunnage first. Where, what's-his-face, the pirates are. Because we went over there, but we didn't dock, right? Oh, wait a minute, no. Where the hell did the pirates hang out? The... Turn to Captain Ferrante. He is... stuff. So he is in Dunwich. Okay, so we just, for some reason, I skipped that. We were down there. For some reason, I didn't go in. These idiots. I mean, it's free experience, but what are you gonna do? It's a fireball. That's not a fireball. That's a fireball. Down a little thorn stuff in the same area. That's all we need to do. They ate her. Sweep the leg. Anybody that's left. Soul. One more sap bone. Tab sap. What's this stuff? Mind Plague destroys an enemy's memory with calculated accuracy, confusing and dazing them before rapidly jumping to additional enemies. More amplified wave. Sure. No, they're gonna all be dead before that goes off.
Let's do this. Wrong side.
Jumping around though. That actually worked really well. They're all dazed now.
I don't think I can pull that off.
Can't we get up the stairs?
Yeah.
There. I'm not sure why they didn't go up the stairs. Are you chasing me too? I don't really care at this point. We'll get him later. Some of this fog of war type stuff. Look, another slaver ship. I was here, but I forgot to visit the beacon up here. We visited everywhere else except for there. The real reason we actually came here. Okay, what's his face?
Castle warned me you would come, but he did not indicate how much he'd have briefed you in advance.
Captain straightens the frilled cuffs of his sleeves, ready to get down to business. Castle thought you could use the help.
You can assure Castol that I would have handled it in due time. I've simply been tied up with other matters.
A frown tugs at the corners of his mouth, and he strokes a thumb thoughtfully along the curved grip of his flintlock.
However,
And then he smiles, sharply and without any warmth.
if you were to handle this small matter for the both of us, I would see to your reward, personally.
The excuses and give me the details.
As you prefer.
Tugs curtly on the cuffs of his sleeves.
You're to go to Crookspur and speak with a Master Kua. He runs the island.
Yeah, we're gonna go Crooksburg.
Hand me your map, and I'll mark Crookspur's location. I trust that Castol has already pressed upon you the need for discretion regarding this matter. Don't
He snatches the map from your hands.
answer that.
Just scrawling a black X, he hands the map back and turns away without another word. Hey, Necron, welcome back, and Jazur. Got a long name. We'll call you G. Welcome to the stream. What'd you say? I say, with that voice, he sounds more like Super Mario's grandpa instead of a pirate. Well, we had this discussion last week when we first met him. He's supposed to be Italian. He doesn't sound Italian. He sounds Spanish. Which is another thing entirely. He does not sound like an Italian pirate. He very much sounds like he's Spanish, which is funny. So anyway, so now we get to go to Crookspur for real. And let's double check that when I'm supposed to be here, or make sure there's nothing else that we're supposed to be talking to. You. He's Spanish? No, he doesn't sound Spanish at all. Yes, he does. The Spanish don't know they sound Spanish. Just like Americans don't know they sound like Americans. So. Bounty, simple death, return. Now that I've learned of Lucy's past, I actually want to know of my findings. Didn't I just talk to him?
Gelarde, such
There
a
we go.
solace it is to see you again.
I have obtained information on a ribbon from the seer's tomb. He rubs his hands together, expectant in his dark eyes glimmer.
Well, share and share, as is the lore of the coast.
I've actually spoken with him. His brows hoist high up on his forehead.
Meaning what by that last? You were able to read his soul? Despite how much time has passed?
Yes. They say the dead tell no tales, but he was quite talkative. He was mortally wounded yet refused to wholly die. Instead, he was reborn as an undead to defend Barath's faith for all eternity. Why is that passionate? Oh, probably because that's a thing for me. He's become a death guard, and we exchange words. And instead, he was born as an undead to defend Barath's faith for eternity. Yeah, because we're sad,
God
so it's
save
passionate.
us from fools who battle with blind trust.
Nobody shakes his head as if he's already accepting the truth of your words.
A death guard? How fascinating. And terrible. I must of course presume that you've unearthed a promising lead for us. Perhaps you were able to learn about Rivan's whereabouts, of where her spectral ship oft anchors.
Yeah, I tracked her reference. She had become a death guard, and they fought near the Isle at dusk. He stokes his chin? I think that strokes his chin, his gaze contemplative.
I can summon to mind no island with such name. Likely it hides now behind another. I will charge my best chroniclers to track our isle through the centuries. I believe you're becoming an invaluable asset to the Principe, and I deeply value each of my assets. You must accept this token of my immense appreciation.
So, reputation, upright captain's belt. Upright? Okay.
Keep an ear to the sea, amico. I will contact you when I have made a significant gain into the investigation of our mysterious floating hangman.
Skybird. In the Gulf of Mexico, bakers only finish 3.14 items per hour. This is known as the Pirates of the Caribbean. Uh-huh. Gee, welcome back. You were gone?
Ado, and how is the sea treating you, Watcher?
Sword was riven. She was charged with protecting it.
Yet by some means you have acquired it. How remarkable. Ah, I know these symbols.
As Ferrante examines the sword, he sucks in its sharp breath.
This is the Burning Palace, see? The symbol represents the Docozzi family, which means you are in possession of the royal sword of Gran Vaelia, the Engoliero do Esbirs, ac?
His face flushes with excitement, and he endeavors to unsheathe the sword, arms trembling from the effort. At last, a stab of dismay cuts across his face.
Merla, but it appears to be sealed tight. Perhaps we might use this to bargain with Rivan, should we ever chance a meeting with her.
Almost reluctantly, he hands it back to you.
Come, let us share a fine conversation.
Discuss what you needed. Any other question? I'm curious to know you better. Nah, it's okay.
Prosperity be with you.
Skyward. Everyone has an accent except you. Exactly. Okay, now we leave for real. Or do we get on supplies? We're good on supplies, because we're not doing any combat, so... Food. 6 per day. So we're gone good for a long time, still there. 2 months and 11 per day, so... We're good. Okay, Crixper. Let's go back. Received an important missive from Captain Aedes. Uh-oh. Hello, Lefsum. I hear you've got a deal, or another one, really? Going on with Ferrante to muck around in the mess that is Crixper Island. Before you go sailing in to do that cockrop's bidding, come and have a chat with me, will you? I've got a proposition for you I think you'll find wickedly enticing. I'll reserve a berth for the Drow Dow at Fort Deadlight's docks. Blah, 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 blah. Bring some more candied nuts. You know how I like that. Okay, so that's back. Not head up to Zongo. Started Fort Deadlight. All the way down there. The first pirate base we found. What do I want?
Are you ready to meet our commander?
Yes.
Right this way, Captain. It's my pleasure to show our honored guest around. Ah,
There she is.
I see you're still alive.
She gives you a crooked grin.
But what can I do, you lovesome?
What did you want to meet about? So her thing. Like my sword?
That I do, lovesome. A real powerful one you got there. Where in Aora did you happen to find it?
Got it from Yesu the Baratheon, the priest who killed Lucia Riven. Amongst the Darkozy royal family. Got it from
Think
there.
Ravan will be wanting it back then? I know I do.
She taps her chin in thought.
Hold on to that, lovesome. You've given me a thought as to how I might track the floating hangman. I'll
Take-
tell you further when I know more myself.
About Ferrante. What did you want to meet about?
I've got a problem, Watcher. And I think you're just the captain to solve it.
Everybody says that.
Me and Ferrante don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Not least of which is the future of the Principe. We got few rules amongst us new bloods, but one of them is that you live free. We steal and we might murder, but if you pledge to us, you're our blood, our family. Now, if I were to act in direct opposition to Ferrante, he'd use it to call a vote of the Council of Captains. He'd see me swinging by the neck. But no one's got a leash on you. Which means if you were to, perchance, free the slaves at Crookspur, Ferrante couldn't do piss all about it. No one deserves to be enslaved by another. Understand?
Yes.
I'm asking you to sail to Crookspur to meet with one of mine. She's hiding within their midst, and will have insider information on the slavers.
Where do I find your pirate at Crookspur?
She'll find you, lovesome. You'll know her by her scar. It's a ghastly sight.
Okay, Ferrante may be working with the Valiant Trading Company.
Well, well, ain't that a fine thing to know? It makes sense for certain.
Her eyes narrow.
Aiding the slavers is small fry for a captain like Ferrante. It wouldn't pay well enough to be worth the investment. If you've evidence of his involvement, keep it close. We may be able to use it to our benefit later. Oh, and this here's a little something for you.
Bending forward briefly, the captain tugs a coin portion from between her breasts and chucks it into your open hand. 2,500, yay. That's Ferrante connected with the slavers.
I've only suppositions to offer you, lovesome. But I'd bet my swollenette Ferrante is attempting to gain standing with someone other than the slavers. Aiding the slavers is small fry for a captain like Ferrante. It wouldn't pay well enough to be worth the investment.
You said that already.
Nope, he's got ulterior motives, mark my words.
Can you tell me about the slavers?
I know they base their operations in the Deadfire out of Crookspur. I know they're small but ruthless. And they've run into problems shipping around the islands.
Well, yeah, because they attack everybody who's bigger than them. They're idiots. I'll go to Crookspur.
Find me when you've freed those slaves. I'll make it worth your while.
She nods her head.
Captain? Got something for me, Dove? I'm all ears.
Asked me to search Nekataka for information on the floating hangman. Commands a floating hangman.
The floating hangman is the remains of the Fonferus. Interesting. Quite very interesting. I had heard rumors as to such. The floating hangman flies a flag featuring the burning palace from Old Valia.
Already lost in thought. He gives you an absent nod and some coins. Oh, look, 1,500. He asked me to search Nekataka for information on it.
Nekataka? But why there, lovesome?
She crosses his arms beneath her breast.
Well, go on then. I'm sure you've heard our saying. Share and share, as is the law of the coast.
After Lucia Riven was slain by a Baratheon priest, she rose to the death guard. Not protecting a royal sword, but the sword was stolen from her. First reported sighting as an undead captain was as the battle of the Duskin Isle.
Explains how she's captain of an undead crew. That also tells me, if she's a Death Guard, then there'll be something she's wanting most fierce. Something she may be willing to bargain for. This bit of knowledge is something I can assuredly work with. I always did like untangling the threads of history. It's like puzzling out an encoded treasure map. Only to reap these spoils, we've to uncover the mysteries of the past. Give me time, and I'll find the means to deal with Lucia. Then we'll be one fathom closer to commandeering the floating hangman.
Captain hands you a weighty sack of coins and at the same time signals a nearby sailor to bring her a series of nautical charts. Clearly she's eager to begin her hunt. Oh, another 1,500. Apparently an old directing captain. Commands a floating hangman. Did I tell her this? It's grayed out, so I must have.
As you wish, Dove. I am happily and wholeheartedly at your disposal. At least until I get bored.
She winks her icy blue eye. Okay. Second. Here. Ship manager. There's no fast way to get back to the ship, is there? Now we get to go to Quickspur. Nice little books. So, I'm off to Crookspur. Aren't we lucky? Okay, so way down there, and I go all the way up there. The crew isn't singing. They're traveling too fast, isn't it? They don't have time to sing. At least doesn't have a name. But if you free the slaves, I think precludes you from siding with the Valiants at the end. It's okay. They'll get over it. Look, ooh. All the daggers we don't need. Flavor ships have been very friendly, are nice to us. Money, don't we? I'll try the belt I picked up. This is immune to push and pull effects. Hold fast, +1 constitution, grants hold fast. It's rich again. Now this doubles as a stopping ground for trader. Okay, so that's why the trade is. What belt are you? Where are you saying? Critical of mortal protection, so it's 2 constitution. 15% of incoming crits converted to hits. We're going to take the mortal stuff there. Protection. Belt are you using? Using a belt. Belt. No, that's okay. Touch. Fine. Belt on. Get the soul. I'm going to believe that one too. Yeah, we're done. DP doesn't have a belt. He's Constitution, right? What's the 100 on top? Of what? Up here? Yeah, it's crew morale. So this isn't actually a town, so. That way. Or the slaver ships. Got tired of getting their ass kicked. Hey, you actually have a name? Are you a person?
Are you there? Psst. Love some. Chance a gander this way.
Trader with sun-burnished skin and straw-like hair, loosely pinned into a tumbling rat's nest, waves both hands eagerly in your line of sight. You best ignore. Glance in her direction. She cracks you a knowing smile and rocks back on her heels, waiting her heartbeat before she speaks. This close, you can see how her nose and cheeks are dashed with freckles. She turns her head to the side, and you get a good look at the puckered scar that curls from her right temple and down the corner of her lips. So she's the one who's supposed to be contacted. What's her face? The pirate queen person.
Thought that might catch your attention. Now then, you must call me Seafold. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, gent.
She thrusts a calloused hand out for a shake.
Have a look-see. You won't find a grander market for your labor needs than Crooksburg, nor finer illusion wares than mine.
Contacts? What are illusion wares? I'd like to take a look at your stock. What can you tell me about this place? From the contact?
That I am.
Scratches along the uneven bridge of the scar.
During my station here, I've spied signs of illegal activity.
Sort of illegal activity.
Slaves that oughtn't to be slaves. Enslaving people of the Deadfire is illegal. It's the selling of slaves from elsewhere that isn't.
Maybe people don't know. It's selling slaves from elsewhere.
If we could free the natives who've been detained before they're carted outside of the Deadfire, the illegal trade would be exposed, weakening the entire trade. Moreover, we'd ruin Ferrante's ploy with the slavers, whatever it may be.
She smirks meanly, wrecking her scar against the crosser tree. But I can. Ferrante sent me to help the slavers, not to undermine them. Let me think about it. I'll do what I can.
You'll find the natives, the illegal stock, deep within the fortress, kept from sight. There's routes to the inside, but most stand heavily guarded.
Of course they do.
You may have better luck sneaking in through the sea caverns dotting the shore. One of them leads into the fortress. I've got a skiff ready for the slaves you send out. We'll make fast for Deadlight.
She winks, flitting with the thought of a dangerous getaway.
After that, who but Andra knows? Maybe I'll see you around Dunwich.
Choices.
No sweat.
Don't do that. All this stuff they want me to steal.
Care to have a look?
What do you have for sale?
Right away.
So, antenated plate, heavy armor legendary, heavy bronze +1 armor rating against melee attacks, +50% recovery time, rebound, 20% chance to stun attack for 2 seconds when hit with a melee weapon. Well, that's pretty nice stuff. This is legendary, that's exception. So base armor better is better. Stuff, recovery time 55 versus 55. +5 action speed in melee. +1 enemies engaged. It's melee attacks, recovery time, 20% chance to stun attackers. Good stuff. So action speed in melee increases per engaged target +1 enemies engaged. Shield, I think, is doing the same thing. Of course, there's no shield. A 20% chance to stun. Nice. The action speed too. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. It's only 30 grand. Grave Calling. So this is a legendary scimitar, maybe? So +10% damage with saber attacks. +2% freeze damage for 60 seconds on hit. Stacks up to 10 times. Accuracy against vessel targets. There's 1 of 2 blades wounded by Digital Phaedron, the famous dungeoneer and treasure hunter. Prided from the skeletal hands of blah. Noticeably when the saber is drawn. Yeah, it's good. It's an undead killer, it looks like. The accuracy is nice. Definitely does more damage than the gladiator sword. Wish I could make this better. Scrim is nice, but it's 10% melee damage when wielded with the shield. +5 deflection with shields. Oh, okay, that's okay. How much is it? 28,000. 58,000. Now, Helm of the Falcon. Falcon's wings. 50% of incoming hits converted to graves from ranged weapons. Raptor's grip. Minus 10% recovery time with two-handed melee weapons. We don't have anybody doing two-handed melee weapons. Oh well. Later. Mr. Grenade, right? Stick it on wow and throw in a big nitro like it as a grenade. Okay. He hasn't got any real upgrades in a while. I think he look fancy now.
Not bad.
Stealing, but there's nobody here to see us steal.
What's over there?
This is the town, right? Sort of, maybe.
You there, approaching.
The guard sneers, fat lips peeling back from his yellow teeth. He grunts, muscles flex, and pop in his thick-set neck as he cranes for a better look at you.
You are late. The auction is almost over.
What auction? And hurry and let me through. I'd like to speak with the person who runs this operation. Run, ogre. Run and tell your master that I've come for his head. Then hurry and let me through.
If anyone is to hurry, it should be you. I grow tired of opening and closing the gate.
His chest heaves as he cranks the winch to raise the heavy grating.
Take care that I do not drop it as you walk beneath.
Just squished us.
We continue now, cliente.
Meerkat, welcome back.
At last we reach the culmination of our lot today.
A stiff-backed woman gestures wildly with her arms, gathering the crowd to hear closer. Excitement simmers amid buzzing voices and the low rattle of raffia hand fans? Oh, anticipation hangs in the air. Why can you never get an ogre with nice teeth? Look after your teeth and they'll look after you. Sounds creepy. Then with a flick of her prim wrist, she hastens the final slave to step forward. He's a strapping, ugly-faced Mistborn, chains and the planks of the stage rattling with each of his heavy steps.
Feast your eyes on a fruit most rare.
Now the auctioneer's lips curl in a cruel smile.
Velico will open the bidding at 800 pies. 800 pies, 800 right here, and 850. Who'll give me 850, 875, I'm at 875.
She points to the various bidders who raise their numbered fans, never pausing the lilted chant.
What a putrid thing.
Cutting, but the buyer's fan snaps up eagerly.
We've got 875 and now 900. Who will bid us 900?
Sweeps her hand over the crowd, searching for the next price. You hear Cockspur engages in little trading practices. How do we know this man isn't native to the Deadfire? Stop this madness at once. Surely you can't really mean to sell this man. He looks like he's He's got horns on his head, doesn't he? Looks like he might be a cousin. Crowd jolts at your significantly raised bid, but the auctioneer hardly pauses for a breath before she's rattling off a new set rate.
Damnation! Count me out.
Buyer tosses her fan to the ground in disgust.
2,000. The price is 2,000 beautiful pies. Do I have 2 and 500? Once, twice, and sold to our mystery bidder, the patron with the weighty pockets.
Her lips curve in a rapacious smile. Yeah, I figured he's a death godlike. That's why we bid on him.
Gelarde, I do hope you possess the sufficient funds, for your sake as well as mine. Come here now. We will finalize the trade. Perfetto. Let us close this deal.
Oui. The auctioneer inclines her head to the shackled godlike.
You are a first-time buyer, Ak? For I do not recognize you as one of our usual patrons.
I've come to address your personnel problems. That's right. Address your personnel problems. Her eyes narrow with understanding.
The master has been expecting you. Go. You will find him within the residence.
Good day, my lord master.
Have him join our crew? He's not talking to me, though.
Good day, my lord master.
And how might I help you?
I'd like to meet with the master.
Master Kua will be expecting to see you. Do not make him wait. His office is in the residence.
Oh, after I finish the quest. What quest? They didn't give me a quest, did they? Shrewd proposition? Is that what it is? Oh, the stuff we can make borrow. Mercenaries. Oh, look, it's another cat. +3 deflection against melee weapons. Grants pet party. Gain additional deflection to combine. Your party benefits from increased area of effect size. Current one. Health restored per kill. Yay. He's a crazy cat man of the Deadfire. Apparently, I find every one of them. Seems like. Not even looking for them, they're just there. Guess we should go inside. Unless we something interesting down here about this grate.
Sure.
Rancid air wafts from this vent. Rancid? Why is it rancid? I know they're going to let me out of the dungeon, are they? Shining Bulwark. Shield engagement +1 enemy engaged. Grants defensive beacon. Defensive beacon is. Shield is a symbol of determination and resilience. Or grants nearby allies bonus armor rating. but not the wielder. Okay, so
My eyes are yours.
Got it.
can't see us, can't see us, can't see us, and ta-da. Soul grab it? I didn't see him. Oh, no? Did I not steal it?
Yeah.
Where did it go? Oh, I forget. Shields are considered weapons, not armor. Its current shield is that one. Heavy shard, +3 deflection, improves with athletic skill. Luminous dissonance, incoming damage from spells. -5% incoming damage from spells. Metaphysics. But this one. Deflection 12, so that's all they're saying, right? They're both exceptional. Yep. Soul Strike. That's where that's coming from. This chart's stored soul energy to strike a target, lowering their defense penalty becomes more potent with the metaphysical skill. He does have it, so he should actually be using his shield instead of that crappy little superb medium. But it's going to slow him down. Choices.
Hey Gimpy, it is time to take a break. This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyknee.com/support, or you can watch the ads during the break, or you can type !treats in chat. Thank you. Your next break is in 1 hour.
I'm going to give him a medium shield to play around with. We have to. Okay, so this is motor, and this is a nice little shield. Little. So it reduces accuracy when he's using this, but yeah, he's fine. He's fine, right? Okay.
My eyes are peeled.
Okay, let's take a break. Need to get up, stretch my legs, get some water, talk to Mrs. Gimpy and Rocket, see what they're doing. And I will be back in a few minutes and continue on. So thank you very much for watching. Be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video.